Hi Ashna, how are you?
I'm fine.
Huh?
1 second, audio.
Uh,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Great. Your classes have started?
9 का एग्जाम अच्छा गया था.
Okay. Your school has started?
I did a I did a silly mistake though.
Where?
There was this program of there was this program of something. Okay, and it was the second last or something program I was doing, and the time, like, we were running short of time since it was 100 marks and we still got 2 hours only. So we would I was doing that, and then I was reading the question, फटाफट की क्या करना है, फटाफट लिखते हैं. And then there was this thing कि range करना है, ठीक है. I forgot to do the range, तो 4 मार्क उधर उड़ गया. बाकी सब सही था. और 4 मार्क उधर उड़ गया, और लाइक नॉर्मल मिस्टेक में 5 मार्क उड़ा था.
Okay.
तो अगर
These
वो
mistakes
चार
shouldn't
मार्क जो
happen.
इजी वाला था, वो जो मैंने, so I
Okay.
got 91.
You got 91. Oh, that's good. Good. But we can obviously improve.
हाँ, तो 5 मिनट खुद का गलती, 5 मार्क्स और 4 मार्क्स सिली मिस्टेक.
Okay. So exam happened online or you had to go to school?
नो, ऑनलाइन ही था. ऑनलाइन ही
Online.
था
Okay.
सारा.
Okay.
अभी ले,
What are the
अभी
questions? Do you
10
have
का
the
इन
paper?
लोगों ने एग्जाम के बाद व्हाट क्वेश्चंस.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to find the question paper and then I'll send you. Like, after the exams finished, that was 1st March. So
Okay.
after that, they didn't give us any holiday or something. They just told that we're gonna have normal online classes again, but we'll just teach 10 instead of 9. 9 का टीचर लोग 10 पढ़ाएगा. So we were so we started this chapter called user defined functions or something. 1 second, let me. And I couldn't understand one single word. जो टीचर बोली, I couldn't.
Okay.
हाँ, user defined methods,
Functions. Okay. They started
like
with functions.
I didn't understand what she did.
Okay. Okay. Methods are basically
Yeah,
nothing but functions. Okay. Okay. Do you have the syllabus with you?
user defined function. No, I don't.
Okay. Because
I
ideally,
don't. They just started user defined methods.
okay, ideally, I wouldn't like to start with functions. I would prefer first doing array, then strings, and then maybe function. Because function, okay, you can do it, but
Yeah,
there
in
are
the
things.
book it's something like that only.
Yes.
हाँ, वैसे ही है बुक का. उसमें रिविजन ऑफ 9, then library classes, array, string handling, user defined methods. But
Yes.
she jumped to the user defined methods and she's like, let's do this.
Okay. But then, okay, what are the name all the chapters that are there? So there's array, there's string, there's user-defined function, and then
All the chapters, yeah. String handling,
okay,
class as the basis of all computation,
okay,
constructors,
okay,
encapsulation and inheritance.
okay,
And the second chapter was library classes. First chapter is revision of 9 syllabus.
okay.
118 pages. First 118 pages is revision of 9.
First 118 pages is revision. They just wanted to
Yes,
increase the size of the book.
118.
That's it. They wanted to increase the size of the book. Isliye they added
The
118
size
pages.
of
Okay,
size of the book.
okay. So if your
It
teacher
is
has
understanding computer application.
VK Pandey, right? VK Pandey.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to start with methods or do you want to start with array first?
You tell which will be better.
We'll have to do both anyway. But that depends on what the syllabus is. If there's array in your first term syllabus, then obviously we can start with that. If it's not in your first term, then
No,
we can
most
start with
probably
function.
there will be. Like, Most probably
Okay.
they'll have it.
Okay,
If
because
they can, they'll have the full book in the first term only.
that won't happen. I'll tell you what will happen.
If they can, I'm saying.
No, no, no.
In
So,
chemistry, it did happen.
so constructor, uh, what was the
Yeah.
chapter? Class, and then what was another part?
And encapsulation and
Encapsulation,
inheritance,
all these
that
things.
was
All these things will be in your in your second term, for sure.
constructor, encapsulation and inheritance, and what?
Whatever was the last three chapters, whatever the last three, four chapters.
Okay, class as the basis of all computation.
Yes.
Okay.
Class is the basis of all computation.
But I
Inheritance
think
and
they'll
encapsulation.
at least do the array handling and user one
So,
and
okay.
objects in class.
From what I think, there will be three chapters in your first term, okay? I'm not even counting the class library for second
Okay.
chapter. I don't think that should be too much.
Okay.
What is the length of the second chapter? How many pages are there? Library method, whatever it is.
Well, it is. What's the starting? It is from page number 138 to page number 163.
So hardly 25 pages, not even 25. And out of those 25, most of them would be questions.
Huh? How many are questions? 1, 2, 3, 3.5.
Okay, I'll have to see what's there in that chapter. I don't think there should be much.
I think this book likes to extend the things, you know.
Okay, so do me a favor. After today's class, click a picture of that second chapter and send it to me. Okay?
Contents. Second chapter, like
Yeah,
whole
second chapter.
PDF.
Yeah, second chapter.
Okay.
I want to see that. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So if that chapter is coming, then array. I still think you should have array in first term. There's a good chance you will have array in first term. Because okay, see, the thing is array and string you can do without method.
No, I think that at least like I think at least the array, string, and user defined, so it's already started.
Yes. So all these three you would have in the first term plus library. Whatever chapter that was.
Yeah, library classes. Is it
Library
me
classes.
or is my screen black and white?
Your screen is black and white.
Like video.
Your video is black and white.
How is it black and white?
Are you opening some other tab?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I
generally
actually
becomes
did not.
black and white when someone uses some other tab, some other window, something. Or maybe this is
Actually,
some
I
new feature.
closed the window.
Okay.
I actually closed the window.
Then maybe this is some feature which I don't know about.
I closed the extra window.
Okay, never mind. Okay, that's okay. See, I'll tell you one basic thing about methods. Okay, methods. Okay, earlier whatever program we used to do, we used to write one main. We used to write main, and then everything was under main, right? Public static void main, then main starts. Okay, everything happens, then you close. Okay,
Yeah.
so main is a method.
Hmm.
Main is a method.
Hmm.
Okay. Now let's say
Okay.
there's a program where you want to add two numbers. Okay, so what you will do is you will not do it on your own. Okay, so you will not do under main function. What you will do is you will ask someone else to do it. So you will create some other method. Okay, like main is a method,
Okay.
you'll create another method whose only job
Yeah.
is to add two numbers. Okay.
But why would we do like
Yeah.
if we want someone else to input the values and all,
Yeah.
we
So
can just write in that statement right there.
yes, but
System.in.
yes, but what I gave you was a very simple example. Okay, so there are things where we have to do something very repetitively. Okay, you have to do things again and again. So in those cases, it's better to have another method dedicated to it. Okay, whose only job is to, let's say, add two numbers. Okay, so whenever you have two numbers to
Okay.
add, you simply call that method. You come here, give me the sum of the two numbers. Okay, nothing too difficult.
Okay.
Methods are not difficult, but they are slightly a different concept from what we are going to study in arrays and strings. They are still following what we studied last class or last year. So we studied loops, we studied if else, we studied switch statement. So all these concepts are used in arrays.
Yes.
Arrays. Okay. That's why I wanted to continue with array. Okay. Anyway, let's start with array. We can anyway catch up with your school anyway. You don't have any short-term exams, right?
Okay, so we are
Hopefully.
starting with ours.
Okay. Hopefully you don't have any short-term exams. Short-term as in
You
the
mean UT and all? I'll have
yes.
that.
Yes.
I'll have that.
When?
I will have that. Like,
When?
we didn't get dates or anything like that, but I know as soon as the school starts, we'll have it. Most
When will it start?
probably the first one is always English language, so that that's the subject which needs the least preparation and anything.
Okay.
We don't know the dates and all. We don't.
So how long before will they inform you?
Like they will give us a table or something. Hopefully,
When?
like last year, like in 9, because of the online thing, they informed us a week prior or 4 days or something prior. They were taking advantage of the online thing, but in the normal system, what they do is they print it in the diary.
Okay.
They print the table in the diary, like which dates and which subject and everything.
Okay.
And since we most probably will go to school, like, so maybe we'll get to know before.
They'll let you know before. Okay.
Most probably, since we'll go to school, like, most probably that also.
Okay. Ah, I'm confused now what to do. You tell me, what do you want to start? Array or functions?
Well, I don't know honestly. Because the teachers can also change. There is a possibility.
Okay.
What should we do then?
Logically arrays, but depending on your school. Logically, it should be arrays first.
Like, how much classes and all will the, what is it, method
Array.
one take?
Method one, I'll have to check. Then I have to check what all programs they have put under methods, because there are certain things in arrays also which you can put under methods.
Like
Okay.
arrays under methods.
You can use them. For example, you can what do you say? Have a
How
method.
do we know if it's like array or not? I'll just check. If there is array and all, then we can start array only lectures.
Okay, methods are not. Okay, let's start with arrays. We'll go with arrays for let's say 1 or 2 weeks. Then if your teacher doesn't stop method and continues with methods, then we can switch to methods first.
Okay.
Okay, so array again has
Okay.
two parts. Okay, like in loops we had one single loops and nested loops, right? So here also we have one dimension array and two dimension array. Okay, wait,
Okay.
let me share my screen. Nothing difficult. Okay, arrays are fairly simple. Okay. Why am I not getting an option to share my screen? Okay, this is a new feature.
You don't have docs.
What? Can you see my screen? Hello? Yeah,
Hello.
can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Okay. So we'll study these things today. No, maybe not all of them, but some of them. Okay. So first of all, what is an array? How do you declare an array? How do you initialize an array? What is the length of an array? How to input numbers in an array? And how to print an array in reverse. Okay. Okay. First, have you seen this show? Have you? I can't hear you. I'm not able to hear you.
No,
Okay. I can't hear you. Are you there?
I have it. No, no.
Okay. So, yeah.
I said
Okay,
no.
never mind. Okay. I was going to make a pretty terrible joke, but anyway. Okay. So if you ever get a chance
Wait
to
a
watch
second.
this movie, do watch it. It's a TV show and also a movie. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's say there's a program.
I
Okay,
said no. Oh,
I heard you. I heard you.
I said no, no.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Done, done.
No.
Okay. Are you able to hear me now? Okay. Better now.
Am I audible now?
You're audible.
Okay. Now it's good.
Okay. Your video is slightly lagging, but okay. Okay.
Oh,
So let's say there was a question. Okay. Write a program to input and store marks of all students of your class for English. Okay, and then print an average. How many students are there in your class?
yeah. 26.
26. Okay. So if you had to solve this program, how would you do it?
the loop, and then we'll
Okay,
take the
your video
English
and audio both
marks,
are
and
lagging.
then
Uh,
after the loop we'll add we'll add all the English marks, like average equals to AVG plus the English marks, which will keep coming, and then after that we can divide it by 26.
okay, your audio and video are both lagging. Maybe try turning off your video. Let's see if the audio becomes better then. Okay, now try to say something. The audio is still lagging. I don't know if it's the system, your internet, or my internet,
Your
but it's
audio.
lagging. Okay, can you do a network speed test? Let me check my internet speed.
Hello.
Yeah, my speed is okay. My speed is okay. Okay, just have a check of your internet speed.
Is the audio becoming better?
It's better. I don't know if it's lagging or not because I can't see you now, but it's better. Okay. Okay. What internet connection are you using?
Is the audio better?
Lagging. Audio is lagging.
Is it possible for us to do the class in Zoom or something?
What?
Or wait a second, should I join from my mobile?
Try that.
I'm joining from my mobile. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. हाँ. Is it okay now?
Should be better. Yes.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. Audio is planted now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then maybe what internet are you using now? Your mobile internet or the Wi-Fi or something?
No, I'm using the same thing. like I'm using the same Wi-Fi, but in the laptop it was lagging, and in my mobile it's fine. But
Okay.
but doing the class from mobile is really difficult, so I didn't want to
Yes.
opt for that.
Yes. So we'll have to figure out some kind of solution for this. Okay. Okay. Anyways. Okay. So coming back to what I was discussing. Okay.
Yes.
So you were saying something, right? If you had to do this program, how would you do it? Read the question very, very carefully, okay? The question says, write a program to input and store the marks, okay? So you should have a store where you have all the marks. So if I ask you, okay, where is the mark of student C or student D? You'll have to tell me that.
We'll have to store each marks.
Yes, yes.
Well, I don't know how to store each marks. Like 26. It could be anything, right? Like according to
Yes.
the
So in simple terms, if you had to do it, how would you do it? If you had to store all the marks, how would you do it?
store all the
Marks, all the students' marks.
okay.
Simply if you had to do it, how would you do it?
A equals to like the first roll number equals to the second roll number equals to the
Yes.
third this
So,
to the
so how many variables would you have?
26,
26, right? You'll have to create 26 variables. And now, if a new admission comes to your class, then
27.
yes, so create another variable, okay? That is what you would have to do, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. That's where the solution comes in, okay? So
Okay.
in when you use an array, okay, first of all, if you remember, integer, float, double, all these were primitive data types, right?
Yeah.
What did primitive data type mean?
Primitive data types.
Yes.
Don't remember the definition.
You gave your class 9 exam, you don't know what is primitive data type.
I don't remember. I seriously don't.
Okay. So primitive data types are there which are fundamentally defined in the Java. Okay. Like
Okay.
integer, double, float, character, boolean, all these are primitive, okay? Okay. So you don't define them, okay? They are already predefined.
Yeah.
So for example, what values can a double take? There's already a range specified.
Yeah.
Okay.
The decimal ones.
Yes, yes. Okay. So primitive we understood. There's something called non-primitive data type.
With
Non-primitive data type. So it is nothing. So primitive data types are defined by the computer. They already defined by Java.
so are the non-primitive data types defined by like the users?
Yes. So they use primitive data types, but they are defined by the user. Okay. So array is one such thing. Okay. Array is a non-primitive data type,
Okay.
which means nothing. Which means simply that it is defined by us. Okay. But it still uses primitive data type. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now coming back to the question. Okay. Now let's say you have to store the marks. Okay. You have to store the marks of 26 students for the subject of English. Okay. Now what if I told you you could do that only using one variable?
So we have to use array there.
Yes. So array is nothing but think of this shelf. Okay. You can see a shelf in front of you.
Yeah.
So think of array like this shelf. Okay.
Okay.
You have similar kind of shelf in your home.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's say this shelf is an array. Okay. In the first drawer, you put the marks of the first student, roll number one. Okay. In the second drawer, you put the marks of the second student. In the third drawer, you put the mark of the third student. Okay. And so on. Okay. But this shelf has only one name. Okay. Let's say name it shelf. Okay. So if I want to see the marks of all the students, I just call shelf and ask him, okay, what is the mark of roll number one? What is the mark of roll number 20? What is the marks of roll number 7? and it will give me the answer. So I'm using only one variable whose name is shelf, and that variable is giving me all the answers. Okay. So this is an array. Array is nothing but a shelf.
Okay.
Okay. One shelf in
Basically,
one array.
just all the like things we need to gather, or like according to the
Yes.
question, of course.
Yes. Now the only catch is if I'm storing numbers here, if I'm storing integers here, it will only store integers. Okay. If I'm storing double here, fractions here, it will only store fractions. It will hold value only one particular data type. This array. Okay.
Oh, so if we have to make a like double and int, so we have to make two different ones.
Yes. But double can store integers, right? So not an issue. Double can still store integers. Integers not store double.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you have an array with fractions, you have to define it as a double. If you're defining it as integers, it will only store integer values.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's say I had to do this question. Okay.
One second. Yeah, no.
Okay.
So for this, do we have to create three arrays or one
Yes.
array?
3.
Okay. So three
You
different
can,
subjects, three different arrays.
yes. So you can name one array English, you can name one array math, you can name one array physics.
Okay.
Okay. So each will contain the values
So,
corresponding to their subject.
example, the first array is English and then maths and physics. So after that, in the average part, we'll have to add like that arrays only.
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever values are there in that particular array, just take a sum of that array, take a sum of those numbers, and divide it by the total number of students.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now we have understood what is an array. We'll now see how to declare an array. Okay, in a program. Okay. It's very fairly simple. Okay. Data type, then square bracket open, square bracket close, and then the name of the array. Okay. So data type could be integer, int, square bracket open, square bracket close. Then let's say I want to name it physics. Okay. So I'm naming it physics. Instead of array name, I'll write physics, then semicolon. Done. So this particular array will store integers.
So to symbolize that we are like that's the array, we add that brackets.
Yes, yes.
Square.
Okay, so that tells it to the computer. Okay, this is an array. If I
Okay.
simply put data type and name, it will consider it as an integer, right? Not an
The
array.
normal one.
Yes. Okay. So here's an example. If I'm creating an array of double, so I'll simply write double, bracket open, bracket close, then my list. So my list is the name of the array.
Okay.
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 Now, once you've declared it, okay, you want to define the length or the size of the array, okay? For example, in your case, you have 26 students in your class, right?
Okay.
Yes. So you will tell the computer that I want to store 26 values in this array. Okay, so for that,
How will tell that?
okay, simply name of the array is equal to new space int, then 26.
Oh, okay. So, for example, in that shelf thingy, we had five. So, if it was that, so we had to write like int new int five.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you want to do all both of them together, okay, first you've declared an array, then you've defined an array. Okay. If you want to do both of them together,
Okay.
okay, simply this is the preferred way. Okay, this is the preferred way.
One second. So we can either do it like in two steps or one step.
Or you can do it in one step. Okay. Generally, if you know the size of the array, it's preferred to do it in one step only.
Okay, one second. Okay.
Understood? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's an example here. Double, bracket open, bracket close, space my list is equal to new double, bracket 10. So this, here we have defined an array whose name is my list, whose value type or data type is double, and it stores 10 variables. Okay, it can store up to 10 variables. Doesn't mean it has to store 10 variables all the time. It stores up to 10 variables.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So if we take, for example, if we took a value from the user, okay, the number of
Mhm.
students or whatever it is, so
Mhm.
maybe they are entering the value in X. So for that, we'll write X here in the size part.
First, you have to define x. Then you can write x there.
Yeah, like int X, double X, and then after that we can write X. Okay.
Double x as in you first take the value of x from the user.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you can
Not
put
out.
x there. Okay, issue. Yeah.
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 After that.
Yes. Okay. Done.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were talking about the size of the array, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's one thing which is different for array, which is that it doesn't start with one. Okay, it starts with zero. Okay. So the first shelf here is shelf zero, then one, then two, then three, then four. Okay. The naming convention doesn't start with one; it starts with zero.
So why do we write five then? Then we'll have to write four, right?
No, no. So when defining the length is still five. Okay.
Okay.
Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still five numbers, right?
Yeah.
So that size is 5. It's just it's starting from 0 to 4. Okay. If you started from let's say 6 to 10, okay, the
Yeah.
size would still be 5. It's just that the numbering is changed. Okay.
Okay.
Understood? So if you want the variable which is at the first position, okay, so you have to call the zeroth index. Okay.
So zero is index.
Yes. I will come to how to extract or how do you define each particular index or each particular shelf. We'll come to that, don't worry. But just remember, it starts with zero, okay? Okay. So array has its own boxes. If you want the first box, we'll have to call the zeroth box, okay? The first box is the zeroth box. The second box is the first box in terms of naming, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And there's this function called length. It's nothing but just the name of the variable dot length. For example, here, if the array is of size 5, int array length will store 5.
Why do we use this length?
There are cases when you will not know what is the length of the array.
Okay.
Okay. For example, if you want to print all the numbers in the array, okay, you don't know what is the length of the array. You'll
Okay.
simply write array dot length and it will give you the length of the array.
It will?
Yes.
Okay.
Just the
So
name of
we'll
the
have
array
to
dot
write the statement then,
yes.
the lower one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
No semicolon and a dot.
There is a semicolon. There is a mistake here then. There is a semicolon.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So here in this example, the length of the array is 10, but it is starting from 0 to 9. Okay. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Now coming to how do we initialize an array? Okay. Okay. So look at the first program. Go through it once.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Even play the first one.
Did you understand the first part of the program? The first program?
I understood the initializing and all, but do they only want to print that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4?
No. Okay. So first part, this is another way to declare an array. Okay. Instead of telling the user, telling the computer that there are 5 elements in this array, I've simply put 5 elements, so the so the computer automatically knows that there are 5 elements in this array.
Okay.
Okay. So instead of writing int array is equal to new int 5, I've simply done this and defined what are the values at each position. Okay. So at the 0th position, it is 11. At the first position, it is 12. At the second position, it is 13. At the third position, it is 14. At the fourth position, it is 15.
But they didn't. Okay. I didn't see this. In the system.print.ln, they use that array, right?
Yes. Array bracket I. So what will it do? It will print what is at the 0th element. Okay. At the 0th element, at 0th index is 11. So first it will print 11. Okay. Then it will go to first position, first index. First index is 12.
Yeah.
So it will print 12.
Then 13, 14, and 15.
Then 13, then 15. Yes.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Here. So it's nothing, just name of the array and then the position. As simple as that. Okay. Understood?
Yeah.
Now look at the second program.
The below one.
Yes. Now tell me the values of each position. Let's say array is defined as above. Okay. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
Yes. Now tell me now if I print all the values of the array, what will I get?
Okay. So 11. You get 13 first
Will I? Why will I get 13?
because the 0 to 1 is 11, and then it's
Yes.
I plus 2.
It is doing I plus 2, not array of I plus 2.
You mean
What is I? What is I in the first position?
0.
0. So it is storing. What is it storing at the 0th position?
0th position is 11.
Initially it is 11. Now what is this particular statement doing here?
Which statement?
Array of I, array bracket I is equal to I plus 2. Okay, write this down, write the value of each and then see what is happening.
array I is 11,
Yes.
and then after that I is 0,
Okay.
and then 2 is 2.
Okay.
And the array length will be 5, right?
Yes.
One second. How is this supposed to work?
So I just put it there to confuse you. Okay, if I hadn't told you that array is initially 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you could have figured out the answer easily. Okay,
You
this
mean
particular statement, what?
the answer is 2?
Yes, it is overwriting it, okay? Doesn't matter what's there before. Array of I, array of 0, array at position 0 will be I plus 2. So 0 plus 2, 2 automatically.
So it's just 2.
Yes, just 2.
And after that, like we have 2 again.
Yes,
I mean, no, after that we'll have 1, so it will become 3. And then,
yes. So array at position 1 will become 3.
yeah,
Array at position 1, array of 1. Okay,
yes,
understood this?
yeah.
So this is another way to define an array, okay? Simply. Okay, you want to write this down? Are you done?
And then,
Okay, now let's try to write a program, okay? So your task is write a program to input 5 numbers in an array from a user. Okay. Second part is to print the sum of the numbers. Can you do this?
the
Can you
5
try this?
is in an array.
Okay. You have to use another concept, which is how to take input of a number from a user, which we have been doing previously. How to take input from a user, and instead of writing n is equal to, what is right? What do you write? Next int.
What?
What do you write to take input from a user?
In dot next in.
In dot next int, right?
Yeah.
So instead of writing n is equal to in dot next int, we'll have to replace n by array and the position.
Array and the that bracket.
Array and the position, yes. We'll have to use loops while taking input.
So you mean 1 second. Wait. I didn't understand. I didn't. This.
What?
Why would we use that? Like,
What?
why would we use that array one in the like when
Okay.
we are taking the value, asking the value?
So the user wants to store all the values.
Yeah. So for that we have to like write the. For example, the class name is name. Okay. So we'll
Okay.
write name. Oh, no, we'll write double n. Like pehle we take double n, and after that we'll do n that bracket equals to n dot next indoor next and all.
No, no, no,
Then
no. You'll have to define each value, each variable. Wait, let me use a whiteboard here. Okay.
can you just show the first example, like how?
Wait. Yes. I'm trying to get there. Okay. Okay. Let's say the name of the array is number. Okay, number. NUM. The
Okay.
name of the array is num. Okay. This is position 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. There are 5 places. Okay. There are 5 places. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'll do is when you want to take input from a user, what do you normally write? Num is equal to in dot what do you write? Next int, right?
Next int.
Next I N T, right? Then bracket open close, right?
Yeah.
So that used to happen when there was a integer variable or integer double whatever variable, primitive data type, right? Right now this num is an array, right?
Yes.
So we'll have to. So this array contains, let's say, 5 numbers. We
Okay.
have defined it as 5, right?
Yes.
It holds 5 position, okay? So if you want to take input from a user, you have to specify at which position you want to take an input. Do you want to take it at 0? Do you want to take it at 1, at 2, at 3, or at 4, okay? You'll have to specify at which position you are taking an input. Do you understand this part?
So if we give like 0, so they'll
Yes.
give the input of 0, 1, 2.
Yes, it will input at this point, at this part. If I write here num of 0
Yeah.
is equal to in dot next int. So whatever value the user enters, it will go into 0th position.
Okay.
Okay. If instead of 0, I write 1. Okay. So whatever value the user will give, it will go at this position.
But if we want to give, like, for example, the question was this, right? That take 5 values, right?
Yes.
So for 5 values, we have to take the 5 of them, right? So we have to do it
Yes.
in single step.
Now think of how you can do it without repeating the lines. Something you learned last year.
Last year.
Yes.
Loops.
Yes. So instead of writing 1 here, you can simply write I.
Okay.
And this I will take care of 0 to 4.
Okay. Okay. So I equals to 0 and I is smaller than 5. I.
Yes. I plus plus and then num of I is equal to
Yeah.
in dot next int. So automatically it will store all the variables at the desired position.
Okay.
First at 0, then at 1, then at 2, then at 3, then at 4.
Okay.
Yeah? Understood?
Yeah.
So that's it. If you understand this, you understand arrays.